AI, the answer, or public enemy number one. The one thing you can't say is that he can't play the game.
Man, he is unconscious.
Boy.
Unconscious.
Just on fire.
47 for Iverson. Iverson, yes, and we see where Allen Iverson thrives in that wide open floor.
Iverson commands attention with a sky-high scoring average and a take-no-prisoner style, athletically and verbally.
The thing about him I respect and admire, he's tough. If you hit him, he's going to keep coming back.
I'm telling you, the little guy, he is something.
He takes a beating.
Allen is probably one of the most tough-bodily, tough-minded athletes that I've ever encountered.
We talking about practice.
Whatever his relationship with Philadelphia and basketball fans worldwide, there is no doubt that Iverson is an MVP. He is one of the most prolific offensive players to ever play this game, and arguably, no disrespect to Nate Archibald or Isaiah Thomas, but maybe the greatest little man to ever play the game of basketball. Give it up. Allen Iverson.
Four times, man. 4 times going back.
I see you looking around and everything. I mean, what's up with that? Do you like the studio?
I love it, man.
You like it?
I mean, you know, you came a long way. You large, dog. You large.
Pull
man.
your hat up so everybody can see your face just a little bit, just a little bit.
They know it's me.
Let me ask you a question. First of all, before we even get into anything else, the Sixers. I got to get into the Sixers. Obviously, you guys finished like 43-39 last year, went to the first round of the playoffs before losing to the eventual Eastern Conference champion Detroit Pistons. How do you like this team right now? You've got a new coach.
I love it, man. The situation is just, the situation beautiful. It's like, out of all the hardships and going through everything in my life, you know, and the last 10 years, the environment is going to be like I like it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I have a relationship with Maurice Cheeks. You know, we cool with each other. We're friends. You know, we always been friends. He was my coach. And when I was going through my little things with Coach Brown, he would tap me and say, hey, chill, man. It's all right. It'll be all right. Hold your head. You know, things will get better. And he went through those things with me. You know what I'm saying? So now, you know, he know who he's coaching. You know, he's been there with me before, you know, and I'm just all for him. I'm happy it's like that. The environment seems the way it's supposed to be. Billy's done everything right.
Billy King's talking about Billy King, president of basketball operations and the GM for the 76ers.
Definitely. He made sure everything is working. I mean, he's earning his money big time.
Let me read a quote. This is what Mr. Allen Iverson had to say about Maurice Cheeks. I'm going to read this quote for you, all right? I didn't want to do it in front of the camera, but I wanted to take him in the back and kiss him on the mouth. What's up with that, Iverson?
Hey, look, I mean, don't get it twisted. I mean, it ain't like that, you know. But, I mean, that's just the love, man. That's how I felt, man. It was like, you know, I finally got the coach that I really, really wanted to play for. Like, you know, I was thinking, like, if I could play for Coach Thompson, that would be beautiful. I would love that, you know what I'm saying? But anybody else, you know, I would rather it be Maurice Cheeks. You know, we was going after him, and Portland wouldn't let us talk to him, and it was just crazy. But now, you know, he's right here with us. He's a part of the Philadelphia family. I hope I'm accepted and you know, is a part of the Philadelphia family. And we just ready to go. I'm just looking forward to just playing basketball, just getting back to it.
What is, I mean, with all due respect, what is Mo Cheeks going to bring out of you that we haven't seen already? I mean, you averaged over 30 points like 3 times. I mean, you averaged, you know, do you know that you came into the league in 1996 and you've averaged more than 27 points per game? Nobody in the league has averaged that in their career in their first 9 seasons. Do you know that? So what are we supposed to expect from Mo Cheeks that we haven't seen from you?
I mean, it's, like I said, it's the environment, man. Like, a lot of those times you saying I was scoring those points and stuff, going to those games, I was really upset a lot of times about different situations, you know what I'm saying? And now, It's not about just being mad all the time about your work situation. You're supposed to want to go to work. You're supposed to always want to go to work.
But what were the kind of things that you were upset about in terms of your work situation? Give us an
The
example.
environment, just the environment. Everybody uptight, you know. Everybody seemed like they was mad all the time. You know, everybody was, you know, at each other. You know what I mean? And it wasn't right. You know, this situation. This is a guy that, if you have a problem with this guy, it's something that you did. I really believe that in my heart. You know what I mean? And it's like that with me and him. You know, I can't wait to somebody act like they don't want to pay attention to what he got to say.
What are you gonna do?
I don't even want to say what I'm going to say on camera.
Well,
I can't do it. This is HBO.
No, it's not HBO.
All right.
It's not HBO. I mean, you
All
could say it in a comfortable and acceptable fashion. You are with me.
They're gonna know that I'm fighting with Maurice Cheeks. They're gonna know that he's running this ship. And I'm just one of his generals. I'm just one of his captains, one of his soldiers. That's all. But I'm a veteran soldier. I'm one that can stand up, you know, to whatever. He can be the boss. I just be the underboss.
Weren't you this way with other coaches to some degree, though?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Everything with my whole situation always been misconstrued. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're an inside person, then you really know what's going on. If not, it always looked like Allen Iverson, the bad guy, the guy that can't get along with his coach. Why wouldn't I get along with the guy that's trying to accomplish the same thing that I'm trying to accomplish? I don't have an ego. I mean, I don't get on TV and talk about Allen Iverson is the greatest basketball player in the world, this, that, and the third. Turn the TV on or come to a game and watch and judge for yourself. You know what I mean? I don't have no egos with no teammates or nothing like that. I'm me. You know, I'm satisfied with who God made as a basketball player, as a person, as a husband, as a father, as a friend, as a brother. I mean, anything, man. I'm me, and I don't have a problem with people. And that's how I got. You know, it started to be an argument, you know, instead of us handling an inside situation. It got out. You start talking about it. Other people start talking about it. It's on ESPN, the practice whole thing. How can you be all those things as you said I was if I didn't practice? People make a big deal over the practice thing because I'm mad. I'm upset. It's after I just got in a meeting with Coach and Billy King. I was upset. I shouldn't have did it then.
Well, let me tell you this. This is why I'm happy to have you on the show. Because all those things that were misconstrued, you're going to have an opportunity to talk about it. It ain't going to be in just 3 minutes. You got a whole platform for it. This is Stephen A. Smith on Quite Frankly. We'll be right back. The man's in the house. Allen Iverson. Check it out.
What we talking about? True game. What we talking about? True game. When it matters. We talking about practice.
Up next, Allen Iverson takes a walk down memory lane to dissect his most controversial words and discuss the superstar coach who helped transform AI into the person he is today.
ESPN2.
What we talking about practice, man. We're not even talking about the game, the actual game, when it matters. We talking about practice. How the hell can I make my teammates better by practicing?
Because they get used
I make them
playing with you.
They supposed to be used to playing with me anyway. Those my teammates. So my game is going to deteriorate if I don't practice with those guys.
When you were saying that, you knew everybody. It was the summertime. Y'all had just lost in the playoffs or what have you. What were the kind of things that were going through your mind right when you were saying all of that stuff for the world to see? Because you know everybody in the world saw it.
Because it was about, honestly, like, being in Philadelphia, you know, I go through it, man. Like, I really go through it. It's like...
Go through what exactly?
Hell. I mean, it's like everybody feel like when they see Allen Iverson, it's hands-on, Allen Iverson. When we see him, that's our time too. Not just when he's playing basketball. When I'm feeding my daughter, my son, or anything, when I'm with my wife or anything. You know, I go through it. It's tough, it's hard. And I fight for that place, to represent that place the way I'm doing it right now. I fight to represent Philadelphia. I'm not from Philadelphia, from Newport News, Virginia, but I represent Philadelphia. That's how I became a household name to people. And then when I got to hear trade rumors and stuff like that about getting me out of there every single year, after every season, you know, I got to hear talks about this, that, and the third, and I didn't like where it was coming from, the people that was coming from. I didn't like some of the things that were getting out, that people were finding out that was in-house, in family, you know, family conversations. And I was upset. I just came from the meeting with those people, with Billy and Coach. I was upset. It was a bad time. I was really...
It was immediately following the meeting with Billy King and Larry Brown.
It was bad advice. It was bad advice, you know, that was given to me, and it was a stupid decision that I made by getting up there. All I wanted to do was tell my fans, basically, that I wasn't going anywhere, because you know, I had just had that meeting. But you know, I was sick of it, and the meeting was called, and everything was really based on the practice situation, that I don't practice. Like I said before, like, I mean, no way I could accomplish the things that I've accomplished in my life as a basketball player if I didn't practice. I mean, if any kid out there thinks that I don't practice, then that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not looking at it like a little kid or nothing like that, but just maturing, man, just not knowing. I don't make all the right decisions. I don't do everything the right way. I don't know how to play basketball the right way, like Larry Brown said. Not every game. Sometimes, you know, I'm gonna explore myself, you know, my game. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna try something. I don't know what playing the right way is. I know what he mean, literally, like playing the game the right way, playing unselfishly. He's the greatest coach that ever coached this game, to me, in my heart. He's the greatest coach I mean, the way he get everything out of his players, everything. He's the best coach that I've ever been around.
Well, it's interesting that you bring up Larry Brown, because would you like to hear what he had to say about you?
Absolutely.
Play the tape.
When he goes out to play, he gives everything he can to possibly win. He might sometimes be misguided, but he competes every single night. He'll never let his teammates down in terms of giving effort and trying to win. And I love him for that. I wish that he realized when kids watch that, they're not seeing the real side of him. You know, he could have the greatest effect on kids of any athlete that I have ever been associated with.
I see tears welling in your eyes, my man. Why?
Nah, I got a lot of respect for him. I love him. I mean, he taught me a lot. Like, he taught me a lot. Like, I learned a lot. I learned, you know, that you ain't always right, you know, and just because somebody disciplining you, you know, that don't mean they don't love you, you know. I mean, they trying to get you to get right. They trying to get you to the point you at right now.
Were there times in your career that, regardless of your respect for him, did you ever feel, it almost came across as if sometimes you felt victimized by him in the process of him trying to teach you?
Yeah.
He always said that you felt victimized by him, and he didn't just look at himself as a coach to you, but also like a father figure to you. What's your response to that?
I didn't know. I didn't know nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed with what God gave me. He gave me a talent, man. When I came in this league, the talent that he gave me, people wanted me to be 35 years old right then. Like, this guy with all this talent, this guy who, you know, that has the effect on all of these people in the world like this, we want him to be this way. Well, I didn't want to be that. You know what I mean?
What did you want to be?
Me.
And who is you?
A human, man.
Who
somebody
are you?
that bleed, somebody that cry, somebody that make mistakes, somebody that, I mean, Doug, I'm real, just like everybody else, man. I'm human, man. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm not even 50% perfect. You feel me? I mean, I'm human, man. I made mistakes along the way, man. I've been to jail 3 times, man. And not saying that I did what they said I did, but in those situations, it called for me to go to jail. In those situations, like, for my actions, for my part on everything, I deserve to be exactly where I was at every time that I went. And I accept that. I accept who I am.
But you even say that with the bowling alley brawl that took place in high school, where you were
I was
incarcerated
there.
for 4 months.
I was there.
But you were granted clemency by the governor on his last day in office. If that is not an exoneration, what else is there? Yeah. I mean, he basically said you didn't deserve to be there by granting you clemency. Right. You still feel like you deserve to be there?
Man, I went through what I went through because God said go through it. That's why I went through it, and I overcame it. I overcame all of that, man, and that's what, you know, that's my whole thing. I'm doing a charity event in Maryland. You know, a celebrity football game.
You got a celebrity football game. You got a celebrity softball game, which, by the way, I embarrassed myself in a few years ago, but we won't tell the audience about that. You know what I'm saying? And then also you do a lot of charity work back in your home in Newport News.
Absolutely. But I think the one that I'm getting ready to do is going to be my greatest project.
Why is that? What is it
because
about?
It's what it's about.
Yeah.
I'm having a football game, flag football game, and you know, I'm gonna have all of my celebrity friends or whatever. I'm gonna quarterback the game, and I'm getting police officers from D.C. area, Newport News, Hampton, Virginia, and Philadelphia, and play against them. And it's gonna be like the inmates against the officers, but we're gonna be the officers. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be the officers. They're gonna be the inmates. But it's called good versus good.
Yeah, but what is the reason for that? Well, I mean,
the reason for that
why did you come up with that idea?
is because it's to donate money for guys that, you know, don't have money to take care of their legal fees, for canteen, the guys in jail, and you know, just because everybody that go to jail is not a bad guy. You know, people make mistakes. So we're trying to just do anything. We ain't put it all together yet, but we're trying to just, you know, make sure that, you know, we look out for them, like sending them 500 pair of sneakers to every jail, you know, just to, you know, give to those guys that's going through a rough time. But at the same time, looking out for the officers and donate money to those people because they got the hardest job in the world, man. The hardest job in the world to be a police officer. You can get killed just for being in uniform. Don't have nothing to do with the guy that ran out of the bank, you know, with all of the money. He just see you and you can get killed like that. So I know how real it is. Anything happen with me, yeah, you're right. Something happened in my house, I'm gonna call the police. You're right. You know what I mean? I mean, I know how hard their job is. I know why they act a certain way sometimes because I deal with it. I'm around it. It's my environment. So I want to give to the inmates and the officers, you know what I mean, and have a big event and try to make it big, like fill up a stadium like we do with the baseball event. But it's for a good cause.
Still think he's a little kid, ladies and gentlemen. Allen Iverson in the house, quite frankly. We'll be right back. He might be the most beloved and the most hated athlete in the history of the city of brotherly love. But coming up, why the answer still can't shake the question about the perception that he's public enemy #1. NFL contracts. NFL contracts. Larry Brown, the newest coach of the Knicks, sits down to talk about the future of the franchise he always dreamed of coaching. And we'll talk about baseball's unluckiest team, the lovable losers from Chicago. Can the Cubs ever win? Stephen A. Smith back in the house on Quite Frankly with my man Allen Iverson. Earlier you had alluded to one Mr. John Thompson playing ball at Georgetown for him. How was that for you?
The greatest experience ever. You know, I had just came home from jail, and I had to come home and you know, get my school thing together and graduate and whatever. And then I went straight there, September. So. Man, he was just the greatest guy because he didn't let people bother me. You know, he didn't let people, because everybody, as far as the media, wanted to attack me. They wanted to get at me. They wanted to have that space. They wanted to have that, you know, to be able to run up on me and talk about the situation and stuff all the time. He kept people away from me. He kept agents away from me. I mean, everything, man. He was just like the father figure, you know, away from home. I mean, it was like, you know, when I used to mess up in school or whatever, he never, like, punished me as far as running and suicide. All he used to tell me is, look, man, you want your mom to continue to live where she live at. You want to live in that sewer. You want your sisters to grow up there. That's what you want out of your life. You want to be a bum, and that's how he talked to me. And I mean, that was enough to get me back on track.
Now, for those people who don't know, John Thompson alluded to John Thompson being a father figure. Larry Brown has alluded to being a father figure to you. Your father growing up, can you explain that situation?
I was the greatest father, man. Okay. My father was just in and out of prison, you know, all of my life and his life. But I love him, man. Like, you know, people make mistakes, man. He was right there. Like, people always think I came from a single-parent home. You know, they weren't together, you know, all of my life.
Your mother and father, right?
Yeah, but, I mean, I had a father. I really had a father. I'm just saying, like, the things that these older guys, you know, did for me, you know, it was, you know, father figure type things.
I remember when one of the times, and I think that, and I'm going to ask you this because I think this was the moment where, if ever John Thompson resembled a father figure, it was this moment there at Villanova. And I don't even remember what the sign said, but even if I did remember, let's just say we can't repeat on the air what the sign actually said. And John Thompson said, go ahead, repeat it.
He said, Allen Iverson, the next MJ, and then had that crossed out, and then had OJ under it. And then they had like 4 guys with orange jumpsuits, chains, and they had handcuffs and all that. And Coach Thompson went to the referee and told him, if y'all don't take this stuff out of here, then we leaving. We getting off the court. And they act like they didn't want to take the stuff down, take the signs down and jumpsuits and all that. And he told us to get off the court. And then the referee stopped it and made the people put the stuff down.
That's
in Villanova, too,
exactly.
in Philadelphia.
In Villanova,
so
in Philadelphia.
Those people are still in Philadelphia. So those mean people, mean-spirited people are still there. As much as I love Philadelphia, it's so many people. I mean, I look at it like they don't know what they're doing. Forgive them. I ask God to forgive them for what they not know, man. For real, man. It's like the mean stuff that people... I mean, I had a guy say, I don't care anything about my kids in Philadelphia. You know, a radio guy. I don't care about my kids. I mean, the worst things ever you could say about a man. Like, he said those things to me. But he pitched in my celebrity softball game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, what are you doing? Like, what is your mentality? Like, you just woke up mad at Allen Iverson today. Like, it's some mean-spirited people in Philadelphia, man. I mean, some real mean-spirited people. But it's like that everywhere, man. So I understand that. I accept that part of life. But there's a whole bunch of love in Philadelphia. There's more love than hatred in Philadelphia for Allen Iverson. That's why I don't go. One little kid say, Allen Iverson, I love you, and listen to any advice. I did something, man. I did something. I accomplished something on this earth, man. I don't know about when people come, 20,000 people come see me at night, if they love just my game or who I am as a person or whatever. But I know if they can take something from that experience and it helped their life, then I did something, man. I'm happy for my mom. I'm happy for the person that my mom raised, man. I love my mom for making who she made. I love my mom for making me. I love you, Mom.
Let me tell you, yeah. Give him a round of applause. The man said he loved his mama. And these people, they sitting up there acting like everybody just come up here and talking about they love their mother. Yeah. Everybody don't do that. But there was an uncomfortable experience, and I bring this up because I remember Allen Iverson comes into the league, you know, Rookie of the Year. I mean, again, you've averaged over 27 points in your career, 4-time league scoring champion. I remember that now.
Hey, look, hold on, one more thing, man. And I lead the league in steals damn near every year, man. And I can't even get an honorable mention for all defense. And my man, Larry, that's my man. Hey, I'm proud of you, boy.
Larry Hughes?
Yeah, Larry Hughes.
Okay.
Larry led the league in steals this year. All that he done got from me, all that I done taught him. And he led in steals. And he first team all defense.
I can explain that. I can explain that for you.
I want both of them, Steve. Yeah.
You want both of them, but you have to understand, he's not dropping 58 points.
Hey, man.
He's not dropping 54 points against the Toronto Raptors.
So acknowledge my defense then.
Acknowledge it?
Yeah.
I'll acknowledge it. You want to acknowledge it?
Coach Brown, the only person that think I don't play defense.
He's the only person that...
Yeah. No, I mean, he's not the only person.
Thank you very much. I was getting ready to say. But I say all of that to say you had accomplished so much. You've accomplished so much throughout your career in Philadelphia. 2001, you're a league MVP, okay? You go to the NBA Finals. You take the 76ers back to the NBA Finals for the first time since 1983. You take all of those things into account. All of a sudden, you get into an incident with your wife. It gets blown up. It's a domestic situation. She categorically denied all the accusations that were thrown out there about what transpired between you and your wife. Right. That's why I'm not going to disrespect you by getting into it.
You can get into it.
You know, well, tell us what happened and what was misconstrued then.
Dog, I got in an argument with my wife. I've been with my wife since I was, what, 15, 16. Like, that was probably a million and five times we done fought each other. You know, arguing, cussing each other out, all kinds of stuff that ain't none of y'all business. But you know what it is if you're in a relationship with somebody. Man, they even said I threw my wife out naked.
Yes,
like,
they did.
I don't want nobody to see my wife naked, period. So what make you think I'm gonna send her out the house for everybody to see her naked? Like, okay, yo, they go AI wife, man, she out here naked. Like, come on, man. Now, how does that look? I mean, am I a man for that? I mean, why would I expect somebody to look at me as a man if I did that to my wife?
But there was another side to it. There was some quote charges of a terrorist act or something because you went over.
I went looking for my wife like you go looking for your wife or your girl. I went looking to my cousin's house, somebody's house that I pay the rent in. I can't go over there. So I broke in a house that I pay the rent in. I broke in that house and barged in there with a gun on two guys that, I mean, I just want to be real with it. I mean, guys that like other guys. Like, you know. So me coming in there with a gun, like on these people, and looking for my wife, like, I mean, all of it's crazy. And then I got people, I'm in hostage in my house, you know, I can't go nowhere. They come looking for a gun 5 days later. Like, the gun's still gonna be in the house if I had one. I mean, they got helicopters flying over my house all day. They got media people in front of my house with lawn chairs and cooking out with cameras. Like, they put a picture of my dog in the paper because they couldn't get a picture of us. I went outside shoot jumpers with my son, and they said I had a party. Like, I can't even go outside and shoot jumpers with my son. I'm having a party. Like, I mean, it got so bad. All this stuff happened in Philadelphia, and I still want to be in Philadelphia.
Well, that's my question to you, because let me tell you something right now. When I saw that, and you know, you and I have been covering you for years, and we've grown together over the years. We were both rookies. I was a rookie on the NBA beat when I started covering you. I was even scared to come near you because I saw the look on your face. I saw the look on your face when I saw those helicopters hovering over your house and all this stuff. I was like, let me.
Come on, man. Domestic violence. Come on, man. I ain't that dude. Man, I have kids, man. People, hey, domestic violence. Come on, man. I got in an argument with my wife, and it got way out of hand. But come on, man. Are you serious? Like, I love her, man. Like, that's all I got, dog. Who you think take care of me, man? Like a little-ass baby. I'm talking about for real, man. Like, anything, man. I mean, she can't, I mean, I don't like when she leave the house. She want to go do other things and stuff. And, okay, go to school, but go to school online or something. I just need you around me all the time. You feel me? Like, I need her, dog. I mean, it's like, I can't live without, die for her, I'll die without her. Like, it's just crazy, but it's Allen Iverson's, man. It's how can we scar this dude? He would never change who he is, man. He with the same 5 dudes and one in heaven. The same 5 dudes, man, from Newport News, Virginia. The same dudes.
Then why do you want to stay in Philadelphia?
Because the people that I love in Philadelphia, the people that love me in Philadelphia, I'm not taking myself away from somebody that love me because of some man. I'm not going to do that, man. I have fans in Philadelphia. I've never liked when I see another player go put on another jersey. So what about the kids that fell in love with this dude? 10 years fell in love with me. All kids know is AI. I see little white dudes, man, with cornrows. See police officers with cornrows. That used to be the look, supposed to be the look for the suspect. Police officers, doctors, lawyers, anybody with cornrows. I ain't started. I didn't start it because I know I got it from somebody. But all I'm saying is I made it all right. I made it all right. It's all right to wear cornrows. Yeah, you're right. My son got cornrows. Is he a thug? He don't know nothing about thugging. He don't know nothing about that, Steve. He's like, it's real, dog. Some people get scared of who you are, man. When you got the effect on a whole lot of people, a whole generation, then all they want to do is dig up some dirt on you.
Stephen A. Smith in the house, quite frankly. We're going to get back to talking about basketball. Right back in.
Iverson has Jordan. Iverson has Jordan. The exclamation point. What a sweet play. Posting in! He wins it!
Stephen A. Smith back in the house, but quite frankly, with my man Allen Iverson. I want y'all to look at this. I want y'all to look at these numbers here. This is Allen Iverson. His season average since the 1996-97 season, he leads the league in scoring, 27.4 points per game, beating Shaq, Vince Carter, Paul Pierce, Tim Duncan. You see a stat like that, what comes out to your mind? What comes to your mind?
I love my mom.
Yeah.
They like that.
I love my mama too. I love my mama too, but explain the parallel of looking at your scoring average and telling me how that has a lot to do with moms.
She got me here. My mom told me one day that I could be anything that I wanted to be. And I literally took that for what it was. Like, I really took it like that because she told me. I mean, I just believe what my mom tell me. And my mom, I was a football player, dog. That's all I did was play
I was getting ready to ask you, why you play football? Why you end up playing basketball instead of football? More money?
I got put in jail.
Oh.
And I mean, nobody was, you know, I was recruited by every school in the country, football and basketball. When that happened, when the smoke cleared, nobody was around but
do you
Coach
think
Thompson.
you would have ended up picking the NFL over
Definitely.
the NBA?
That's my sport, man. That's it. That's what I do.
Do you know that 76ers have something on their website where there's like 26 different arrows pointing to the body parts, pointing to your body parts where you've been injured? 26.
I'm a warrior, dog.
Well, we know that.
I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior.
Do you feel like there's a lack of warriors in the NBA game today?
Yeah.
What's the reason for that, man? What's the problem?
I don't know. I mean, you can have all the talent in the world. You don't have no heart, man. Ain't no need of you stepping out on a basketball court. You cannot play basketball if you soft. And basketball players know what I'm talking about. Like, it's nothing. Like, I'm not, like, you don't see me. I play hard every night, and I get beat up or whatever. But you don't see me playing the game dirty. Like, I don't get in fights with dudes and stuff like that. Don't nobody put their hands on me, or I don't put my hands on nobody.
There was a couple of times where you was almost tempted to.
Yeah, because I was really provoked. Like, you know, like, I'm a stand-up guy out there on the basketball court. I don't play hard. Playing hard don't mean playing dirty. Like, giving elbows, knocking people's teeth off. That ain't playing hard. Playing hard is the ball right there, and you closer than me, but if I dive, I can get it. You know what I'm saying? That's playing hard, and that's what I do every night. So it's some guys that see that ball on the ground be like, oh, man, I'm not messing my knees up. Be jumping on this ground for this ball, and look, I do it the next play maybe, or next game or something, but my legs hurt today. No, every night, dog.
Let me ask you a question. When you look in the league right now, you think about your heart. Does anybody compare? Does anybody out there, any NBA, is there anybody that you can point to that you feel is on your level in terms of heart? And if who, name them. I want to know who they are.
Yeah, I think Shaq off top, like, ain't a question. Shaq, LeBron, T-Mac, man, there's Larry Hughes. You know, I got a lot of them on my team. You know what I'm saying? Man, there's a lot of guys, man. I mean, Vince. I mean, if people say Vince don't got heart, like, man, let me play with Vince.
I think about the maturation process, and obviously, clearly knowing you for years, there's obviously one that has taken place. When you reach out to the LeBron James, to the Carmelo Anthonys, to the Dwayne Wades, because I happen to know you have reached out to them.
Them dudes got heart, too.
I know.
By the way.
I know. What are the kind of things you say to them right now, based on your own personal experience?
Learn from what I did wrong. Learn from all the stuff you seen Allen Iverson do wrong, that rubbed everybody the wrong way. If you don't want to go through what I go through right now, as far as being the bad guy in the NBA and all that, all this stuff, be fake then. Basically, that's all I'm telling you. Just be fake.
But you're not fake.
And I'm not going to do it. I'd rather not be in the NBA. I'm not living my life like that.
But why tell them to do that if that's
something
I'm
telling them to do whatever it takes for them to be successful. I always let LeBron know off top, dog, they love you right now. They love you right now. But please believe me, the first incident, the first time something happened, they are waiting, man. They're waiting, man. They're waiting. They're waiting, man. Just like, I mean, I hate to bring it up, but the other situation with Kobe.
With Kobe Bryant.
Yeah,
yes,
well, all this time, he's the #1 man, the perfect man to everybody and everybody's heart. He's the #1 man.
You do know that people kind of blamed you in this sense because you were the one that was seen on ESPN and you said, well, that's Kobe. I mean, he's pure as gold. He must have done something.
Man, must have did nothing. He ain't had to do nothing.
Right.
I don't know if he did nothing, and I don't think he did nothing. Honestly, I don't think he did nothing. I know he didn't do that in my heart.
Right.
I know he didn't. But he found out that Kobe Bryant is Kobe Bryant just like everybody else in the world. If he didn't do what he did, look what he went through. every black man go through that. Not doing something and then having to go to jail and find out, okay, he didn't do it, then let him out.
I was getting ready to ask you, is it a black or white thing? Is it an athlete thing? Is it a rich, poor thing?
I'm not that type of dude. I don't talk on camera about stuff like that because I can't be as real as I want to about this situation. But all I know is you are you. You are who you are, man. Don't try to act like you're somebody else. And not saying that he did. Kobe Bryant is who Kobe Bryant is, dog. But these people want him to be the Kobe Bryant that they want him to be. And it ain't right. You know, Kobe Bryant is his own man, man. He only get to live one time. People are killing this man, talking about his image or whatever. I mean, the man made a mistake. However he made the mistake, he made a mistake, and let's go on. And I'm not saying the situation with the girl, like, the hell with her. You know, like, man, I have a daughter, dog, and my heart go out to her.
How many kids do you have? Tell the audience.
I have...
Tell the world.
I have a 10-year-old daughter. I have a 7-year-old son. I have a son that's about to turn 2 in August. And I have one on the way that's on the way to the emergency room right now because the baby wasn't moving today. So, I mean, I got 4 kids. But like I'm saying, I mean, a girl, a woman, man, that's the most precious thing in the world. And that whole subject is touchy, Steve, because ain't nothing worse than a rapist, a child molester, man. A rapist or a child molester, that's the worst thing you could ever be. That's the only thing. I mean, you can call me a murderer, dog. Somebody come in my house, then I'll get it done. But a child molester and a rapist, that's the worst thing that you can be, because there's no reason for that. There's a reason for other things. There's no reason for those things.
We're going to take a quick break and come back with a question or two from the audience. Stephen A. Smith, quite frankly, with Allen Iverson. Be right back. Coming up tomorrow, will the fight of the Irish be back in 05? New head coach Charlie Weiss joins. Stephen A. Smith in the house again for Quite Frankly with Allen Iverson in the house. Let's go right to the audience. Sir, tell us your name and your question.
My name is Matt. Do you think you and Chris Webber will be able to coincide or bring a championship to Philadelphia this year?
Definitely. I'm glad you asked that. What's your name, Matt?
Yeah, Matt. You said this year?
This year, definitely.
He said this year.
This year, definitely. And man, I'm glad you asked that because I mean, this whole Chris Webber situation, man, is out of control, man. And it's not even Chris and myself. Like, it's everybody else. It's always like that anyway. When 2 people have a problem, you have a whole bunch of people involved with the situation. It's just, man, I'm cool with Chris Webber. Like, I mean, when Billy told me he was getting ready to do what he was getting ready to do, I mean, I was all for it, dog. I mean, I couldn't wait, man. And Chris played all season hurt. Like, since he came there, he was hurt, you know what I mean? And he's been dealing with that. And somebody that's with him day in and day out, you know, I get to see it. You know, I'm see him sometime, I'm like, man, like, once you sit down, dog, you need to sit down. You don't look, you know, you look like you messed up. And, dog, he all right, man. He good. We're going to be great together, man.
A lot of people said, and a lot of people said y'all didn't get along, whatever. I saw y'all in Atlantic City together for the Floyd Mayweather fight. Right. So I saw y'all together, and y'all seem to be getting along pretty well to me. But let's be real about something.
Let's be real about everything.
There you go. Well, you're not gonna have a good time with him, and you're gonna have a big time attitude with him if he's not training this off season and he comes back and he's not healthy, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be disappointed because it'll be like he lied to me. So that's the only thing I'll be disappointed in.
What has he told you that he's going to do before the season?
He said he got his stuff together. Like, I mean, he's been working. You know, he's been getting it together. And I mean, somebody of his magnitude, somebody that has accomplished the things that he's accomplished in his career, you know, I don't think he want to settle for anything less but to get back right. And people start talking about him like people used to talk about Chris Webber, you know. So, I mean, everybody think that we can't coexist, like it's going to be a big problem and all that. Just watch. Pay attention. Just watch.
Let's go to the next question. Your name, sir, and your question.
My name is Tori, and promise me this is not about practice. What do you, besides yourself, who do you consider the best 3 players in the NBA today?
You're killing me, man. I don't want to do that, man. I got so much respect.
What about Shaq?
I'm going to put him 1, and then we're going to leave it alone. We're not even going to deal with it no more. Straight up.
You got a lot of affection for the big fella. Why?
Real man. I mean, when you meet people, you know, off the court, and like a lot of times, see, basketball dudes corny for real, Steve. I mean, you met them. You've been around a lot of basketball guys. We're known to be corny guys, like for real. I mean, we come from, all us damn near come from the hood, but there's a lot of guys from the hood that's corny. And
This would be true.
Yeah, and to meet, when you meet those that not like you, because nobody's not like you and nobody's just like you or whatever, but when you meet those dudes that just good, genuine people, good-hearted people, you know, you just stick to them. You deal with them.
Here's my last question to you. Obviously, like you've told me before, you're not young anymore.
Right.
You know, you're a father, you're a husband. Allen Iverson's going into the 2005-2006 season with a new coach.
Right.
Iguodala, second-year player, couple of talented cats on your squad. You're starting to think about your legacy more than you ever have, than I've ever known you to think about it. What are you hoping it will be?
Honestly, all I want is for all of the teammates that I ever played with, you know, to say they love playing with me. And they say that I play harder than anybody that they ever seen play. I was the toughest guy they ever seen play. And that I played every game like it's my last. I don't have no, you don't have to put no championship in there. You don't have to put that in there. If that's not the case, then that's not the case. You know, if I don't win a championship, you know, that'll just be a dream that I always wanted. You know, I always wanted to be an Olympian. You know, I got a chance to be that. You know, I wanted to be the MVP or go to the All-Star game. I've done a lot in my career. I've done a lot that I can be proud of. So, you know, I don't have to put that ball in there. I don't have to put the gold ball in it at all, you know, for my career to be successful. I still feel in my heart and everything I believe that I'm the best basketball player in the whole world and the best basketball player that ever played the game. And that's that.
Love you, boss. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. We're out of time. I want to thank Allen Iverson, the man, coming into the house. But quite frankly, this is Stephen A. Smith. Talk to y'all later. Take care.